Hello everyone, let's build the Alpha model top secret Toyota Supra together. First, let's take a closer look at all the parts that are included. I shall be doing this briefly, however, if you want to see a detailed introduction of all the parts that are included, you can see the other videos I have of the Toyota Supra, which are in a dedicated playlist. I will leave a link to that playlist into this video's description below. I shall begin from the rear panels, where Alpha has provided holes where the rivets actually are, however no rivets were included. So I shall be using these from Decals and I shall be using the 0.5mm ones. First, I am making the hole a little bit deeper using a needle, and then drilling using a 0.3mm bit. Next job was the fuel filler cap. This is not included on the body, however Alpha gives you a dedicated photo etch piece so that you can attach it to the body and then scribe your own fuel filler cap. Scribing the panel lines was the next job, and here I am using a display tool holder together with a 0.2mm scribing bit. Here I am sanding slowly the rear spoiler ends so that these can be replaced with photo etch pieces. With all the body preparations performed, it is now time to sand the resin as smooth as possible, and for this job I am using a Tamiya number 600 sanding sponge. Finally, a good wash with soap and water to clean all the panel lines, and the body together with all its pieces is ready for primer. As for the primer, I shall be using Automotive 2K primer. The airbrush I am using throughout the whole build is an Iwata Revolution 0.5 mm. The 2K primer was then sanded smooth using a number 1000 sanding sponge, and now I am airbrushing some layers of white primer from Firescale. The next job was the color, and for this I am using the dedicated Top Secret gold color from Zero Paints. This was then followed with some layers of 2K clear to seal the color coat and also be able to apply the decals onto the clear coat. After today's drying, the clear coat was sanded smooth until all the surface was fully matte using a 1500 grit sanding sponge, and then it was time to attach all the decals. Several pieces were covered with carbon decal, including the rear spoiler as can be seen right now. The carbon decals used throughout the Supra build are made by Hobby Mio. It was my first time using carbon decals from this brand, and I must say that I really like them, and they adhere and confirm to the shape without much trouble, and I'll definitely keep using them in the future. With all the decals attached, it's now time to airbrush the final layers of 2K clear, first beginning with 3 light coats so that the decals are properly covered, and then moving on to 2 wet coats to produce the final deep shine that is required. After leaving the clear for 2 full days to fully harden, it is now time for polishing, to remove any orange peel and also any dust that might have fallen into the paint while it was drying. For this, I am following my latest polishing body tutorial, the one that you're seeing the thumbnail right now, which basically involves using a 2500 grit sandpaper to fully smoothen the body, get it fully matte as can be seen right now, and then polishing using 2 different grits of polishing compound, also using a rotary tool with a foam pad to help you achieve the deepest shine possible. And there it is, the final shine that was achieved once all the polishing procedures, all the polishing steps were performed. The panel lines were filled with Tamiya dark grey panel liner. I decided to use this instead of black because on a test I did, I saw that the black was a little bit too dark on the gold color, so I opted for the dark grey. Once all the lines were filled, I then used this Mr. Hobby aqueous thinner to remove all the extra panel liner from the panel lines. The front bumper side lights and also the fog lamps were painted in chrome. And then I decided to fill the front bumper side lamps using UV gel since no clear parts were given for these particular pieces. For the tail lamps, I added chrome onto the black and then I did a drop of white glue so that the clear parts would attach onto the white glue. White glue turns transparent once dry, so it was the perfect candidate to attach the clear parts. Looking at the real top secret Supra, I saw that the fog lamps actually had covers onto them. These were not included with the kit, so I decided to make them myself by first making a template and then cutting that template, the one you see right now, to match and cover the fog lamp area. With all the major work completed on the body, it was then time to start working on the chassis. Same procedure as the body was performed, first airbrushed in 2K primer, and then I decided to opt for black color since the chassis doesn't contain a lot of parts, a lot of details, and then I manually edit all the colors that are seen to add some extra detail. The rim faces were airbrushed in gold, which is a slightly darker gold compared to the body color, and then the outer dish of the rims were airbrushed in chrome. The photo etch pieces of the disc brakes were also sanded, as could be seen, to create that scratches that make them more realistic. In the end, I have a tutorial about that. You can see the thumbnail right now also, so you can check that out. The rear diffuser was also covered with carbon fiber. I am using the same Hobby Mio carbon fiber decals, once again making a template, cutting it, and then forming it to shape. The diffuser was done in several different pieces and then matching the pattern piece by piece until all of the visible areas of the diffuser were covered. This was also airbrushed with 2K clear and then polished in the same procedure to create the best possible shine. And here are all the chassis parts finished, detailed, and ready for final installation. They will be assembled in place once all the interior is also attached in place, since the interior floor is the same piece as the chassis. Speaking of interior, let's also see how this was done. The seats on the real top secret Supra had some Kevlar texture. This was not provided with the kit, so I decided to make my own, just like the carbon decals, first by making a template and then cutting it from a carbon Kevlar decal. This one is from SK Decals, and then fit into place. Right now I am using the Mr. Mark software from Mr. Hobby, so that it will help the decal conform to the round edges of the seat. The dashboard gauge pot was also covered with the same Hobby Mio decal, clear coated, and now I am attaching the decals of the gauges after attaching them to the photo etch as instructed by Alpha Model. On top of every gauge, I decided to also add UV gel, because once this is dry, it will form just like the plastic covering the cluster, and hence it will become more realistic. Beneath the front seats, I covered it with dark grey flocking. As can be seen, I avoided putting any flocking beneath the rear seat because this area will be completely covered with the seat. As for the harness, I shall be using these photo etch pieces from Scalab 24. These are all the pieces that are included together with the green harness material from T2M. Here are all the interior pieces, airbrushed in color, detailed, and ready for final assembly. Here are the rivets that were shown earlier. These were also airbrushed in top secret gold together with a layer of 2K clear sprayed onto them to match with the body. And now begins the installation. Time to install the windows, and these were installed using Display non-fogging CA, the red glue, the glue with the red cap from Display. I made several blobs of glue around the edge, making sure that it is not too much, and held onto the window, as you can see, until it completely dries. Only some minor jobs remain now, like taking these clear pieces off from the windows to reveal the highly reflective windows, which are very nice once they are installed, and installing the wipers and some final decals for the windows. So that completes the Alpha model Toyota Supra top secret version. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know in the comments below, that will be very appreciated. You can now see a slideshow of pictures of the completed car, and please subscribe, and I will see you all into my next video. I thank you all for watching.